Hey guys, so this is the drawing process for my Inktober Day 5 drawing. So this recording is actually split into two different days. The first day I just got so tired trying to draw this thing that I had to quit and start again the next day. As you can tell, that line at the beginning took me a really long time. This whole thing this is sped up like 400% or maybe even more, and it still takes me a really long time just to sketch this thing out. I was really tired. But so basically my idea for this drawing, because I didn't really you can tell that I don't know why that like free line tool was giving me a lot of problems right there. I figured it out, but it's basically my idea for this drawing was to have like well, the prompt was build, and I had like no idea what I wanted to actually do for the prompt. So initially I was just gonna have like kind of a throwaway drawing, like it was build, so I was just gonna draw like Minecraft or Fortnite, like funny meme or something. And then I ended up getting the idea of like maybe I should do something like nature or like animal theme. So I was like, oh, I'll do beavers building a dam. And then somewhere along the way I ended up getting the idea that I would give the beavers human bodies. So that's how this happened. I think it's just around here that I end up giving up for the day. But yeah. This is actually the yeah, I think it's right as I finish these lines right here is when I just quit because I can't go any longer. Yeah. So here I just cut out and started the next day. And right off the bat I'm working a lot faster. Things are looking a lot less like sloppy. So here I kind of just copy and paste this guy and just move him over, like not as a way to like cheat or anything, just by like copying and pasting characters and not trying to be like lazy. Basically all I'm doing is just trying to get an idea of kind of the perspective on this character, like in relation to the other guy. So yeah, like it's not perfect, but I think it turned out pretty okay. So this is actually and I'm kind of flustered right now. This is actually the third time I've had to try and record this, because the first two times I was like in the middle of recording this and all of a sudden like my doorbell rang, and I don't know, this has been an ordeal for some reason. But yeah. Also I know my microphone quality is really bad, and I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try to get a better mic soon. This one's just like $20, and it's really bad. There's only so much I can clean up the audio in Audacity, so yeah, it's not that great, but I'm gonna try to get a better one. I know a lot of people use like Blue Yetis, but I've always heard they're actually not that good. So I gotta actually figure out what mic I'm gonna get. But for now, I guess you have to deal with this. I'm also sorry about my voice. I'm just getting over a bit of a sinus infection, so I know my voice is like really nasally right now. So here I'm just putting in this dam. It's really just a lot of lines. It's kind of labor intensive, but I think it came out looking pretty decent. And then I think that's actually the last thing before I get to inking right here. Oh no, I decided to, okay, so I got rid of the beaver tails because I thought they looked kind of weird before, but I ended up putting them back in. I think they look a lot better here than how I had them before. So yeah, I'm not my line work is okay. It's not anything great. I think it's alright though. I'm not using like a really nice drawing tablet or anything. I'm not using like a Cintiq obviously, but even like a screenless tablet, I'm not using a very good one. This one I'm using, it's an Uji tablet. I don't know how you pronounce that. I think it's a Korean brand, but I'm not positive, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, this is about like a $70-$80 tablet. Which for the price, like it works really good. Like it doesn't have like it doesn't really have any problems. Like the cord's a decent length on it. It feels responsive. I haven't had any problems with like the pen really or anything. The pen feels, kind of heavy, but obviously being a screenless tablet, it's pretty light. It's pretty big too, for how cheap it is. Like it's a decent size. I don't know exactly how big, but yeah, it's pretty big size, and it has like 4 little face buttons, so definitely not a bad tablet for the price. Hopefully, if I ever get successful with YouTube art or just internet art in general, I'll be able to get tablet manufacturers to send me free tablets to review. Honestly, I don't like when it comes to art and like YouTube and stuff. I don't really like. I don't think anyone that does creative stuff like that really does it just for themselves. I know there's like a kind of, I wouldn't say stigma, but you're not really supposed to get into like YouTube or anything like that as like being like, oh, I'm gonna get popular, or like, oh, I'm gonna get money. Like I don't really care about becoming rich and famous or anything, but when you make art and stuff and you put time into stuff like this, it it feels nice to be acknowledged, is all I'm saying. And you want to be able to share what you're doing with other people and actually have them see it. Actually, the reason I decided to record this and commentate over it on this specific drawing was, I guess I was just feeling kind of bummed out because like I'd spend all this time on my like Inktober drawings and stuff, and then it would come to posting it on Twitter, and like I don't have a lot of Twitter followers. I only have like I think almost 90 right now. But it's like you post it, and when you spend that much time on something and it only gets like 10 likes, it's like, oh, okay, that feels kind of bad. But I like drawing, so at the end of the day, it's not that bad. So here I decided to put in like a moon and some clouds. I didn't know I was gonna do that at first, but I kind of just decided. I think these clouds came out okay. I'd like to get better at drawing clouds, just because I think, in terms of like natural formations and stuff, I just think they're really pretty. Like I have this weird fascination with clouds, not even so much from like a science aspect, but just how they look, all the different shapes they come in, and the way light interacts with them. That doesn't really come through in this drawing, but I don't know. I've always found like really good cloud paintings just really interesting for some reason. I don't know. I have a weird thing with clouds. This is getting almost to the end of this drawing. I basically just fill the background and I leave it so that it fills like -5, I think, pixels away from the objects. And I don't know. I think it's a cool effect. I've tried doing drawings without it, and it just didn't look quite as full, I guess. Like it puts a better emphasis on the line work, I think. So here I'm just laying in this kind of like ground texture, like because it's from kind of a shallow angle, so it's like you have the different bits of elevation in the ground, and it's all kind of overlapping and occluding each other. And I thought it actually looked pretty good. It's also just a good way of connecting the the I guess kind of foreground of the actual ground that they're walking on, and it does a good job at kind of connecting it more to the black sky behind it, so it's not just a sudden black to white. This is pretty much the end of the drawing. Yeah, I just added a little bit more detail and some shading, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I meant to add more detail to those logs, but I kind of forgot. Plus, I think it looks not that bad as it is. Like, it still looks pretty decent, so I'm not upset about it. Yeah. So basically, the whole reason I kind of wanted to do this whole YouTube thing with this one, though, is I guess I still like the drawing, but I guess I was feeling a little bit demotivated because like it's cool to do these every day. I think it's honestly one of the best ways you can improve your art, because when it comes to getting good at art, like, you can watch all the YouTube tutorials you want, and on how to actually improve your art, but unless you just do it, you're not really going to get better. So I think something like Inktober is really good for that. It's a really good way to improve fast. It's just drawing every day. So yeah, I'm not the best artist, but I definitely think I'm improving pretty quick through all of this. And that's the finished drawing, until I realized I forgot to add ears, and also this little thing I do at the background. So I could just leave the background completely just like jet black, but what I like to do is, because I feel like this kind of imitates the look of like a physical traditional drawing, is I'll take like a gray brush and I'll just brush it over the black background, and I feel like it makes it look like marker strokes. So yeah, here's the finished drawing. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. All things considered, I'm not the best artist, but I think it came out pretty good. So anyway, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, I'm gonna probably end up doing like a week 1 recap of all my drawings. So if you want to watch that, I'm going to be uploading that either tonight or tomorrow. So if you want to catch that, you can just hit subscribe if you want. I'm not forcing you. And then if you want to see my drawings when I upload them and just hear my random ramblings and stuff, you can follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description. I'm really active on there. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll catch you later.